Hidden Heroes. At 4:30 every morning, while the city still slept, Mr. Raul arrived at the same building with his blue work gloves and a quiet nod. He unlocked the back door of the school, rolled in his cleaning cart, and began his routine. First the cafeteria, then the hallways, then every single classroom. By the time students arrived, the garbage bins were empty, the whiteboards were clean, and the floor had a shine that made the light dance. No one saw him. He had worked there for 19 years. He wasn't listed on the school website. He didn't attend assemblies. Most students walked past him like he was part of the furniture. But every morning, like clockwork, the school stood clean and ready because of Mr. Raul. There was one student who noticed. Lena was 12, curious, and always early. She came before the buses arrived because her mom dropped her off on the way to work. Sometimes she sat on the steps with a book. Other times, she walked slowly through the halls, pretending to be invisible. One day, she saw Mr. Raul on his hands and knees, scrubbing gum off the floor. She stopped. "Do you do this every day?" He looked up, surprised, then smiled. "Some days, twice." "Why?" she asked. He stood up, wiping his forehead. "Because clean places show respect. You take care of things, they last longer. That's true for buildings, books, and people." Lena nodded. From then on, she made a habit of saying hello. "Good morning, Mr. Raul." Every time, he smiled and tipped his cap. Sometimes he gave her a tissue when her nose was runny. Once, when she slipped on the wet floor, he helped her up before anyone else noticed. Another time, when she lost a glove, he found it and left it on her desk before class. Small things, invisible kindnesses. Years passed. Mr. Raul kept working quietly every morning before the sun rose. Lena grew older. She eventually moved on to high school, then college. She studied architecture. She said she wanted to build beautiful spaces for people to learn and grow. At her graduation, she gave a speech. She thanked her parents, her teachers, and then paused. "There's someone who probably isn't here today," she said, "but who taught me about excellence more than anyone else. He never raised his voice. He never stood on a stage. But every day he showed up. He made our school feel like a place that mattered because he believed we mattered." She took a breath. "Thank you, Mr. Raul." Someone recorded that speech. It went around the school. A week later, the principal called Mr. Raul into the office. He thought something was wrong. Instead, the staff were waiting with a cake, flowers, and a plaque that read, "To Mr. Raul, our hidden hero." Tears welled in his eyes. "I was just doing my job," he said. But that day, everyone saw him, and that was the day he retired, quietly, with dignity, surrounded by people who finally understood just how much he mattered. So many of life's true heroes never wear medals nor capes. They don't boast about their work. They don't seek attention or applause. They sweep, they fix, they prepare, they notice. And without them, everything falls apart. Mr. Raul never asked to be seen. But when someone finally did, it changed how others saw too. Sometimes, the greatest difference is made by people who aren't in the spotlight, because they're too busy holding it up for others. So I invite you to ask yourself, have you ever thanked someone whose work goes unseen? What would it mean to be a hidden hero in someone's day? Who are the people in your life or community who quietly hold things together? How can we become more aware of those who serve behind the scenes? It's easy to cheer for the big acts, the loud moments, the bright lights. But let's not forget the quiet ones, the janitor who keeps things clean, the grandmother who never complains, the friend who always checks in, the stranger who holds the door without being asked. The world runs on their kindness. Be someone who sees them, or even better, be one of them. Thank you for listening. If this story resonated with you, just share it and follow for more stories that inspire. Because kindness connects us all. Take care, stay inspired, and keep it human.